Hi, it's Sonia here. I'm hoping to make a floral sketchbook process video today, but I thought I'd just start off showing you some things I was working on kind of yesterday. I've been into sort of a loose period this week. I think it's because the week prior to this was an art exhibition, and I had been doing, so I've been like finishing off portraits and landscapes for it on canvas. So I'm really enjoying this week just getting a bit loose and playing around. And this is my loose style sketchbook. And I had a bit of a failure yesterday. I tried to do a landscape and it didn't work out and I couldn't rescue it, so I have just painted it blue. So this is quite exciting for me because I will come back to this, and yeah, I'm not sure what this will become. And then now on to the florals, altered floral sketchbook that I've done a tour of previously. This is the one that I am changing up, and I've painted over a lot of pages. This page I did yesterday, and yeah, after my failure in the other sketchbook, and I'm really happy with this. So it's just strange. It's a good reason to keep going, even if you've had a drawing or painting that you don't like. Give another one a go because you don't know what's going to happen. I was going to put something else in here, but I quite like the simplicity, so I'm keeping that. And then on to today, I have this really nice colour, this squash painted page. I love this colour. I'm almost a bit, what's the word? I've got a bit of trepidation about painting over it because it's such a lovely colour, but I just need to loosen up and not think about that. So yeah, hopefully there will be a process video as of me filling this up. Okay. So here is the process video for this floral sketchbook page. In real time, this actually took me about 30 minutes because I suddenly decided to go off and get various materials. I've sped it up 2 times. In theory, I could have sped it up even more, but what I'd quite like to invite you to do with these videos I'm making is maybe like stop it now, go grab your art supplies and a drink, or I like the idea of sketching or making a piece of art while you've got a YouTube video on in the background, because that way you get to create something in your day as well. And as I say, with this video, it's only sped up 2 times, so it's the sort of thing, if you are interested, you can glance up, but at the same time, it's maybe an opportunity to get your sketchbook out and have a doodle, have a play with some loose shapes, or even work on a project. So yeah, basically with this page, as you heard, I got a little bit precious because of the colour. I don't know why, I just really like this colour, and it's like, oh, I don't want to mar it, which is ridiculous. But the way to get over that is for me to use crayons to draw with. I feel like there's kind of like no going back if you get a big chunky crayon out, and it invites you to make sort of bold lines and keep shapes relatively simple. Just a quick note, as you could see at the start, I got some books out for this today. I felt like I wanted to get off my phone. Well, I couldn't use it because I was filming, but I'll get off looking for images online. And I didn't have anything set up. I didn't feel like I got time to set anything up. So I just got some books out for inspiration. And the idea is just to flick through some reference books. Often I try and buy these secondhand. They're not necessarily books I'd read cover to cover, but they've just got like images in that are a jumping off point. So for example, the pattern book, I saw a rather nice blue, and I'm just looking at it now, blue and black pattern. And that then kind of helped me think about doing this dotty pattern for the tablecloth with these sort of metallic blue tempera sticks and then black dots. And I'd also just flicked through a black dotty pattern. I was like, oh yeah, that's what I fancy today. I fancy a dotty tablecloth as a background, just to immediately cover up that red, so I'm not so kind of like, it's ridiculous. Like I'm not so I'm not stressed, but just I'm going to cover it up. I'm covered it up. and I've got going. So yeah, so look for having books around as inspiration is a really nice way of getting off, of getting back into sort of real life, sometimes off your phone, off screens if you need a break from that. And then I drew this pot, I don't know what you'd call it, this vessel from the, it's from a Asian museum book. It's actually a stemmed cup from Iran, but it looks nothing like the picture now, and I've totally decided to liven it up with my own pattern. And yeah, the jug on the left is actually a jug I keep my paintbrushes in. It's a broken secondhand jug that I found in a Swiss thrift shop. So yeah, and I repaint that vessel again and again. But it always, because I'm loosening up how I work, it always comes out a slightly different shape anyway, which is quite nice. So yeah, just trying to share some ideas for you with regards to sources of inspiration when you do feel a bit stuck. And I think there's always something, we've always got books, hopefully a few books around us just to have a look in and to get drawing from. And then the other thing to say is I had that I found a desert wildflower book, and that was black and white, which is quite good. I like that because then I have to choose when I'm doing drawings how I want to colour the flowers, but it just gives me linear ideas for flower shapes. I actually didn't keep to that today. I went off on a tangent, as you'll see later, but it just gave me the idea for, I felt like that jug on the left just needed some sort of branches. So that's the sort of vibe I was going for. And I don't know what you're doing now, if you're using, what sort of materials you're using, but I felt like using a bit of neon gouache. So, and because this is a background of a heavy gouache as well, I can use my gouache paints. Sometimes if I've done acrylic, I'd have to then go in again with acrylic on top. I got a little bit detailed today. I don't know if that's a reflection, because if you've seen a past abstract doodle page I did, I was getting quite detailed there. So I did feel like going in with detail in on these vessels, but that was quite fun. And I just grabbed some colours again. I felt like I wanted contrasts. Whenever I'm a bit like bored or I don't know where I'm going, sometimes just getting contrasts gives me a lot of pleasure, like visually. That's what I like. So it is about, this sketchbook for me is about discovering, when I loosen up, what visually excites me. And yeah, they're starting to turn into some quite different pages as well. Partly because I've also kept some of the original sketchbook drawings that I did like in this sketchbook. Yeah, this is also a chance in your sketchbook to see how paints layer over each other. So the jug I painted with is really this neon green, but on top of the gouache, the colour has changed. I think it's changed a bit, and you do get the pink from underneath coming through, which is another benefit of if you pre-prepared some sketchbook pages. So yeah, another idea for when you're listening or watching YouTube videos to get inspiration is perhaps you don't feel like actually drawing, or you're a bit too tired to draw, but sometimes it's a great opportunity to think ahead, prepare ahead, and get an old sketchbook and maybe just colour it in with crayon, paint over it. So you've already got a vibrant background for your next work. And another big tip I want to share with you, I think, which a lot of artists are doing at the moment as well, is I used to be so rigid. I used to think, a sketchbook has to be filled page by page, like you start at the beginning and then you work your way through. And I found, I think only really in the last few years, that that's not the case. Like, you can jump in and out, go to any page. If you can, at the end of the day, for me, I want to fill up a sketchbook, but you can have these pre-prepared pages. You don't have to fill them day by day. Maybe on another day you're going to go to a plain page. Just like the idea that there doesn't have to be a linear aspect to completing a sketchbook has really freed me up as well. Okay, and then yes, I'm getting towards, there's about another 4 minutes till I complete this, and yeah, I just start to fill in the flowers on the branches here, which don't look anything like the actual drawing that I used as inspiration. But hey, I think that's a good thing, because when we're getting inspired, there's nothing when we're copying. I think when you're starting out, it's really important to copy. That's how we all learn a great many things, essentially, language, whatever, it's repetition, and there's an element of copying. But once you become much more confident, then you can look at an image, get inspired by an image, but you don't have to keep to replicating it in that exact format. So yeah, I think the benefits of having multiple practices, like doodling abstracts and landscapes and floral, whatever, is that, for example, if you look at that pot, I feel a lot of my recent abstract drawings are coming into my still life. I'm using similar patterns and marks, but it is essentially, you can see this is a still life, a very loose, sort of naive still life, but I'm starting to feel that I'm combining different elements of my various practices. And then, so finishing off, a lot of the time I like to, so this vase actually, I sort of looked at it and I was like, I do still really like the marks on it, so I've kind of copied the blue lines and the wavy pattern with more dark gouache, because again, that dark blue is it stands out as a contrast against that sort of neon greeny layer. So yeah, I'm hoping that you're enjoying your sketchbook practice. If you have any other questions, let me know. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been watching and commenting on my videos. Thank you. I've been really inspired also by a lot of people have shared a lot of information in the comments as well about how they work. And it's like been really reassuring to me, because I thought, oh, maybe I'm a bit of a hot mess as an artist. I'm like all over the place. But it's nice to know that I really am not alone. There is a niche for all of us in art. So I think that's something that will hopefully make all of us a lot more confident moving forward about giving some time to our art making when we can. I know obviously it's different for everybody in terms of available time. But hopefully I'm showing these process videos is showing that you can do a bit of art. You can, half an hour, you can get quite a lot done with this loose method. So yep, this is the end now. As you can see, I actually decided to turn the pot into a vase, because I just felt it needed balancing out on the other side. So yeah, the other joy to free loose interpretations is you can change up the composition and the items. They don't have to stay as you intended. Right, so yeah, bye for now.